All right, guys, welcome. Coffee with a Killer. Glad to have you. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Jordan. What I do on this call is I go through my thoughts, my ideas, some of the stuff that I've learned over the past decade plus working on myself, financial freedom, working with about 10,000 other clients towards financial freedom. So I want to go through maybe a little bit of a different topic today. And if you guys know me, a lot of what I talk about is pretty heavy. We talk about financial freedom a lot. We talk about the reality of the world and what's going on with finance, what's going on with the economy and gold and silver and, Bitcoin, real estate, the whole gig. And I think it's easy to get to this point where everything's really negative. You know, uh, dude, this goal seems so big and I feel so small. This task of, or this reality of, my whole lineage before me has tried to accomplish something, or at least a lot of them, and they haven't accomplished it. So that can be really heavy. And I think it's easy to get into this entrepreneurial funk or this entrepreneurial, like, almost depression. Okay. If you haven't felt that, you guys feel free in the chat if you guys want to chime in. If you haven't felt that, couple scenarios here. Number one is you don't realize the severity of the situation. Or number two, maybe you just don't care. Okay. So I want to go back to the beginning. And when I say the beginning, I mean literally the beginning. Like, we were created in perfect harmony without want, without lack. Think back to the Garden of Eden. That was a perfect ecosystem. It was a perfect system. It was a perfect world where we didn't have any lack. We didn't have any want. Okay? If you guys are not, religious at all, just take my word for it. What happened was, obviously there was a pretty big screw up from our boy Adam. And from that point, we introduced this gig of, number one, hardship. Anybody ever felt hardship? And we introduced this thing, this new dimension where we were never satisfied. So I want you to look at your life and I want you to kind of just think about the world today. Everybody is unhappy with where they're at for the most part. Everybody is wanting more. And they accomplish more. When they accomplish more, there's more. Then when you get to that level, there's more and more and more and more. And I want to just stress a couple different points here. Number one, that is exhausting. And at some point, you need to live in peace and harmony with where you are now. You do not want to go, you don't want that pendulum to swing one way or the other. You want this healthy obsession, this healthy pursuit of what I call financial freedom. Now, we can go really, really deep because finances are not the only part of freedom. We have mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. At some point, you need to be content with where you are, but don't let that pendulum swing too far in that direction because you also need a healthy obsession with financial freedom. I need you guys to understand, no matter what you do, you will be fighting the hardest battle ever. The whole world, the whole economy, people that are way more powerful than you, people that have way more money, are making decisions that greatly impact you. Okay? There's this whole game being played, and you guys don't even know the rules. I don't even understand all of the rules. So you're playing this game with less money, less experience, less understanding, and you don't even fully understand the rules of the game. What could possibly go wrong? Anybody ever felt that? Seriously, has anybody ever felt that? Man, it's like I'm playing chess, but all I've got is pawns. It seems like the other players have the knights and the kings and whatever. other chess pieces there are. So if you think about it too much, you can really get depressed about that. You can really get down on yourself. So there's got to be some context. Again, the pendulum can't swing too far in either direction. You need to be happy with, man, I'm at least in the game. I'm at least in pursuit of this. Okay? And I don't want to become obsessive. I don't want the pendulum to swing that too far that way. I don't want to become complacent. So I got to find this happy medium here. Because if we swing too far the other direction, like there's no happiness on either direction. Does that make sense? So what I try to leave you guys with some stuff here. What I try to do is I try to, number one, just have a lot of gratitude. A lot of gratitude. I'm here. I woke up. I got a roof over my head. My kids have clothes. They have food. Like there's that. My eyes are open. I am pursuing something. I am fighting a worthy adversary called financial complacency and called financial lack and financial slavery. I'm fighting a good battle. And I'm fighting a good battle while, I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of people in my circle that aren't. So sometimes it can kind of feel like, man, I'm kind of fighting this thing alone. You're not. So there's that. But doggone it, I am obsessed over on this other side of the pendulum. I am obsessed. And you guys have probably felt that. You've probably felt a little bit of intensity come from our camp on this topic of financial freedom. Probably felt that man, these guys are really fired up about X, Y, and Z. I think we get fired up when other people aren't fired up. It's so easy because of how the world is and because of things we can't control. It's so easy to get complacent. It is so easy to just say, yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Weeks go by, months go by. We joke around at the office here a little bit, man. It feels like time is just going faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Weeks feel like they're going by in days. Days feel like they're going by in hours. Because if you blink, the whole quarter is gone. And if you're really pursuing this thing, this financial freedom thing, you can't really afford to lose a quarter. Then a year goes by. So balance. How do we balance in the middle? I think it's daily. You guys can give me your feedback if you feel like it. I think the balance is daily. Daily, when we do this at every dinner at our house, man, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? Kylan will say, well, I'm grateful for cake and Legos, the stuff that doesn't matter, but he's 5. Guys, don't swing too far either direction. Don't get to this place where you're depressed because of how big the challenge is. Don't fall into this depression because that depression won't help you a darn bit. Okay? Medium, baby. Medium. The world is not designed for you to get financially free. The system is not designed for you to get financially free. School is not designed to teach you to get financially free. Whatever you make at your job is not enough to probably get you financially free. Okay? So you're fighting a losing battle. And you're fighting a losing battle where if you're not conscious of it, and if it's not in front of you fairly often, you will lose. I take that really seriously, right? I'm very obsessive. I take it really doggone seriously. Like, I want to change generations. And guys, it could all be for nothing, right? Like, it could all be, our good Lord and Savior could come back right now, and it could all be for nothing. But if he doesn't, Like I am fighting battles, and this is another kind of a daunting thought. I am fighting battles, and I am planting trees, like just planting seeds. And I'm not going to see those, some of them I will. I'm not going to see most of those come into fruition. I'm not going to see those trees flourish. I don't have enough time. And for you guys, most of you don't have enough time. Like you're going to be doing things potentially for the rest of your life. You're going to be planting seeds. And you have to believe that there will be a harvest after you're gone. Okay? Now that could be through something like a foundation. It could be something through something like a family office. It could be something like a will and trust for your kids or your family members. But you got to understand that you're probably doing a lot of work and you won't reap the benefit. Ain't that a bummer? Hey, who's all watching right now? Looks like we got quite a few people on here. Drop it in the chat. Who's watching right now? And have you guys ever thought about any of this? Jonathan asked, have you read Gradually, Then Suddenly by Mark uh, Batterson? I have not. I have not. Sounds like a good one. So balance, man. Very rarely do I get frustrated with people that are like really obsessive. It's not like that doesn't bother me. Like Erica or Jonathan or Michelle, like just being overly obsessive about getting financially free. I think like we need probably more of that. What frustrates me is the complacency side. Like people that are just like, yeah, like whatever happens, happens. Said no great person ever. I'm doing my best. Like it's really hard. Well, yeah, of course, it's supposed to be. So, guys, if you don't, and this is where some of that intensity comes in, if you guys don't do like some really radical things, you will repeat what your parents did and your grandparents and your great grandparents. You will repeat that. And not to get like super, super like grotesque here, but like you will die not accomplishing your goal or even setting the foundation to accomplish your goal. Like to me, that bothers me. Like I feel like there's gifts that were given to me and to you that I think the greatest disappointment would be to have a gift or to have a tool and then go your whole life not exercising it. For me, that tool is creativity. That was a God-given gift. And I've been able to create some pretty cool stuff. So how do you play in the middle? Number one, gratitude. Just doggone it, guys. Just be grateful. Look at the world and just be grateful. If you guys don't travel, travel a little bit. Like go look at the world. Not what you see on ESPN or Fox or CNBC. Not what you see on social media. Not definitely not what you see on Instagram, the highlight reel of everyone's life. Like go see the world. Go travel. Go understand like how grateful we should be. Live with that gratitude. And then have this healthy obsession for, dude, I am trying to plant some frickin' seeds because I have people coming after me that deserve that. You just want to know why? I'm gonna make a bold claim here, and if I'm wrong, please let me know. But do you guys want to know why you're not financially free right now? Who can take a guess? Why are you not financially free right now? I'll give it a second. There's a little bit of a delay. Who knows why? If you guys are watching the replay or the audio, I'm just waiting for a second. There's a little bit of a delay here in the responses. Okay. But there's a very specific reason why you guys aren't financially free right now. And most of you guys are in your 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s and 70s. Okay? I'll give you the answer. The people before you either didn't plant seeds or planted the wrong seeds. John, you very close, man. Same thought. Okay? So again, like what you plant now, you might not see it come to fruition. Like you are if you guys are 40 plus years old, you're probably planting for the next people. Okay? You're probably doing things that you might not directly benefit. Is there some benefit? Hell yeah. Will you guys see the full oak tree? No. Can't. You don't have enough time. Again, I'm not trying to be like grotesque here or morbid. You don't have enough time. John, you don't have enough time. At Lee B, you don't have enough time. Erica, you don't have enough time. Erica, you have more time than me, but you don't have enough time. Okay? So you've got to be willing to sacrifice and make some delayed gratification choices now. Because if you don't, what you couldn't harvest because the generations before you didn't plant, you will be gifting that to your kids and your grandkids, etc., etc., etc. Because I'm telling you guys, if the right seeds were planted, you would be financially free. Well, Jordan, I can't control my kids do. Is that true? Is that fully true? Yay or nay? It's actually not true. You actually can control. You actually can have a say in. You actually can build and plant the garden, plant the seeds in a way where you assure the next generation will be okay. And the generation after that. Balance, guys. I fell out of balance this week. I'll be frank with you guys. I'll be really honest with you guys. I think this show, it's really important for me to do that. This week, I got focused on number one, how big this thing is, how big it is. And I'm doing a lot. I don't always feel like I'm moving forward. I'm doing a lot. I'm doing more than 99.99999% of the population. And still it felt like, man, it's so far away. So that was this week. I really felt that. It bummed me out, man. I felt a bit depressed about it. And I was kind of beating myself up like, dude, come on, Jordan, you're almost 40 years old. You're running out of time. I think that is the if there's an enemy, which there is, that is the enemy talking. That is society talking. That is mainstream media talking. And weeks like this week were hard, guys, because the whole frickin' market crashed. We haven't crashed this bad since like 1946. So that's playing into it, you know? There was some other stuff going on financially that some of it was out of my control. And I feel like I lost 3 or 4 days this week. And I don't like that feeling because there's so much good going on and there's so many seeds being planted. I'm kind of the planter that will is like ever like overseed. Like I don't know if you guys do any like lawn care stuff. It's called overseeding. Like you already have grass, but you're throwing seed on top of your grass to fill in these little holes. I am overseeding. Just it's just time. Erica said same thoughts. It is frustrating. Got to find that balance, man. So I want you guys just maybe some homework. I want you guys to think about who you consider successful. Whether it's like the Elon Musks of the world, whoever you find success, maybe it's an actor, a business owner, maybe a teacher that you had from school, a friend, a family member that you would consider like, boom, they are successful. And in this scenario, I am talking financially. And I want you to like just think about them for a minute, what you know about them, what they've done, where they're at in life, etc. And I want you to ask a question. Are they obsessed? Are they obsessive? Like, are they a little bit crazy in their pursuit of whatever it is they're pursuing? My guess is you're going to say yes. So if you want that level, and if I always like if I always say this quote, if you always do what you've always done, you're always going to get what you've always had. Radical change is going to require radical change. So I look at these people that I consider to be successful, and I'm looking at them, and it's like, dude, these guys are obsessed, but they've accomplished what like hardly anybody's ever accomplished. So I want you to think about that a little bit. Guys, I appreciate you. If you are new to the show, make sure you guys have subscribed. Leave a like, those types of things. It helps the show. It helps more people kind of join the conversation. If you guys are part of, well, whether you are not a part of our community, we've got another live show at 1 o'clock. Would love to have you guys. But some good food for thought, guys. Be balanced in your obsession. Don't swing one way too hard or the other way too hard. Don't get depressed and like bummed out because you're not there. Combat that with gratitude. But do be obsessed. And be obsessed with planting for someone else. Not like that is the hardest doggone sacrifice you will ever make, is doing things that don't benefit you. Because guess what? Me going out and buying another hot rod sure as hell benefits me. Me going, taking a 3-week vacation to Costa Rica benefits me. That is what you're going to have to combat, because you're going to have to do things that don't benefit you, that it might not even benefit people you know yet. I don't have grandkids yet. Some of you do. Okay? Much love, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. I hope that this was at minimum thought provoking, and I hope to see you guys here at 1 o'clock.